Liftoff 1 week ago of a bold mission by China to construct its own space station. There's the rocket Long March B5 carrying the crew module. It blasted off without incident, but Houston and the world, we have a problem.
It weighs 21 tons. The core rocket stage is circling Earth out of control and could fall somewhere within the next several days, possibly as soon as this weekend or Monday.
We don't know where it's going to land. It could land anywhere as far north as New York City and as far south as New Zealand. But anything in that band would be fair game.
According to the Defense Department, U.S. Space Command is actually tracking the rocket from Vandenberg Air Force Base in California, but says its exact entry point won't be pinpointed until hours within its reentry.
In other words, somebody between New England in the United States and New Zealand in the Western Pacific is in for a last-minute surprise. Hello, everybody. I'm David Shuster. Thanks for joining us. Well, this is just what we needed, right? After a year-long pandemic, horrible divisions in our politics and society, and an economy that's been hammered, now there is a chance of space debris ruining our weekend. I don't normally pay much attention to weather forecasters, but I wonder, what's it going to be like when the local TV weather person says it's going to be partly cloudy at night with a slight chance of falling rocket parts? Thankfully, the chance that any of us will see a direct hit is minuscule. Jonathan McDowell, an astrophysicist at the Astrophysics Center at Harvard University, says the risk that it will hit you is incredibly tiny, and so I would not lose 1 second of sleep over this. Because the Pacific Ocean covers so much of the Earth, the debris will likely splash down in Pacific waters somewhere. This sort of thing has happened before. In 2018, China's Chang'e-1 space station went out of control. It re-entered the atmosphere over the ocean near Tahiti. Nobody was injured, and the debris either burned up or found a new home on the floor of the South Pacific. In 1979, the U.S. space station known as Skylab began to decay and became a 77-ton loose cannon. When Skylab started descending from orbit, engineers fired the station's booster rockets, sending it into a tumble that they hoped would bring it down in the Indian Ocean. They were close. While large chunks did go into the Indian Ocean, parts of Skylab also littered populated areas of Western Australia. Fortunately, nobody was injured. In this case of the Chinese rocket, the Pentagon says it is tracking the trajectory through the U.S. Space Force Command. That's the new branch of the U.S. military. It's not clear what, if anything, the Space Force will be able to do except act as an early warning system. Experts say the final trajectory and expected landing zone will be known about 6 hours before impact. Over the past 30 years, nothing over 10 tons has been deliberately left in orbit to re-enter uncontrolled. China's Long March 5B core stage rocket is about 21 tons. So, this will be one of the largest ever uncontrolled re-entries in decades. Experts say several pieces of heavy metal will survive the return through the atmosphere and will get scattered over an area of about 100 miles. Chinese space authorities and NASA are warning everybody not to touch or pick up the debris should any of it land where you are. Just call your local law enforcement. And what are they going to do? They're going to say, "Congratulations, you nearly got hit by a piece of space rocket." Good grief, as if this year hasn't been crazy enough.